Hello, callers. Welcome to another interesting episode of Viva Barca, the home of everything Barca. Guys, in this episode, we are going to be discussing on some injury updates for Barcelona. Some are really worrying, as Pedri Gonzalez and Jordi Alba have been ruled out for several weeks. Of course, they picked up injuries during that 3-0 loss to Bayern Munich 2 days ago. And of course, Barcelona announced their injuries yesterday on their official site. These players will be a big loss for us, because we'll miss some key clashes. We have Atletico Madrid, Granada, we have Benfica in the Champions League. Of course, very important games that we will miss these two players. So we're going to be discussing in much details on their injuries. Then to conclude, talking about Ansu Fati, recent reports are now saying that Ansu Fati could be back in action against Granada in La Liga. Of course, we know Ansu Fati came back already, but he has not been fully fit. And we all want Koeman to put this guy slowly, because you can't rush Ansu Fati because he has been out for about 9 to 10 months, right? So it has been reported that Ansu Fati can make a surprise to return to action against Granada this coming weekend. So we are going to be discussing much more on that as well. So coders, as we get ready to discuss those stories in much detail, please do well to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, if you are a Barcelona lover, so you always stay up to date with everything related to Barcelona here on this channel, Viva Barca. Barca! 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 It seems that things just keep getting worse and worse for Barcelona. Following the disappointing 3-0 loss to Bayern Munich in the UEFA Champions League group game at the Camp Nou on Tuesday, it has emerged that two of their key players, Jordi Alba and Pedri, are set for a spell out on the sidelines. Barcelona began their European journey for the season with a mixed defeat against Bayern, with goals from Thomas Muller, Robert Lewandowski scored two, condemning them to a defeat. In the aftermath, there has been a tense atmosphere created within the club, with manager Ronald Koeman coming under intense scrutiny. Now, it has emerged that Barca will also have to deal with the absence of two of their most pivotal players. I'm talking about Pedri and Jordi Alba, who are always the regular in the starting 11. And of course, Alba had returned with an injury during the international break, but was rushed back for the big game against Bayern. The veteran defender looked absolutely knackered, when he was taken off for Alejandro Balde late in the game. So it has now been confirmed that Alba has suffered a muscle injury in the biceps femoris of the right leg and is likely to be sidelined until the next international break, meaning he will miss key clashes against the likes of Benfica, Atletico Madrid. As for Pedri Gonzalez, the youngster has been playing relentlessly for club and country over the past year until he got a well-deserved 3-week break around the international break. While fatigue had become a major concern, the teenager, is now said to have picked up an injury, to the quadriceps of the left leg, as it has been reported, during that Bayern clash. The report adds that Pedri could be sidelined for 2 or 3 weeks and may be in line to return for the game against Atletico on October 2. The duo joins Martin Braithwaite, Sergio Aguero, Ansu Fati and Ousmane Dembele on the sidelines. This puts Koeman in a very difficult position, especially with his options at left back. Considering that Barcelona did not replace Junior Firpo in the summer, but they could be in line for the extended game time, or it may be the case of Sergio Dest or Sergio Roberto playing a left back for that coming week. Then moving on to the next injury news update, talking about Ansu Fati, news that falls as a delightful melody on the Barcelona fans' ears, as reports from Cat Radio suggest that La Masia sensation Ansu Fati is on the verge of returning to action for the first time since early November 2020. After suffering a major injury to the meniscus of his left knee, Ansu was scheduled to be sidelined for the rest of the season, but due to a complicated recovery process and multiple surgeries, the time frame for his return kept increasing. Despite trying various methods of surgical and biological regenerative treatments on the youngster, his knee showed continued inflammation and caused discomfort. Barcelona were understandably worried about Fati, with him arguably being the brightest star in the first team after coming through the academy run. Much of the delight of everyone, however, the Spanish teenager, originally hailing from Guinea-Bissau, has finally completed a full training session with the group, and the sensations are very, very positive, guys. He reportedly trained with all the players who did not start the Champions League opener against Bayern, which ended in another heavy and disappointing loss for Barcelona. Ronald Koeman could supposedly call up the winger, for their league game against Granada on the 20th of September if all goes well. Following more than 10 months out of action, the jewel of Barcelona could finally make a return to action. A delightful prospect, but also worrying. Fingers will be crossed in the hopes that there is no relapse and he returns as sharp as before. There is no rush to play the youngster until it is absolutely safe to do so, given the complicated nature of his injury in the short and long term. So callers, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the latest updates on Barcelona here on this channel, Viva Barca.